Alright, so this is Melinda's 2x2x2x2, and in this video we're going to talk about how we do the first step, which is to orient both cells. So all my previous tutorials on this thing have taught my method for OLL, but a few months ago I learned about a different method made by Grant, which saves moves. So I'm just going to explain my method first, and then we can compare it to Grant's method. So in inspection, you want to look for a pair, an axis of colors that there are 4 or less of them on these spots, which is actually the x-axis. Let's count red, orange. So there's 1 here, 2 here, 3 here, and 4 here. And that's it. And you're looking for 4 or less, so that counts, and that's good. And now you want to make 3 layers. So just of red or orange. So I see this, so I'd RKT that down here, and then we have this layer. It's just the intuitive block building like I taught in my beginner's method, sort of. And there's another bar here, and we'll connect this bar and this bar like this, and then pair up the 2 layers like that, and there we go. Now we just need to make 1 more layer using the rest of these corners. So here's 2. I guess I'll just go something like this. And there we are, 1, 2, 3 layers completed, and the rest are up here. Then you use the gyro algorithm, which if you don't know one and you don't know what I'm talking about, then go watch my beginner's method tutorial. But this is the first gyro of the solve. Once you get 3 layers made, you gyro no matter what case you have for these 4 corners. And then they will be over here, and you set them up into an OLL case. So for 4 like this, I set it up into the H case, like this. So now it's sort of like a 2x2 H case. And then you gyro back. And now it's set up into an H case, and this is where you have to use an algorithm. So you do have to know like orienting OLL algorithms for this case. And this is where this method loses a few moves because you have to do algorithms. Here it's only 3 moves with RKT, so it's like 6 moves, but you know. And there we go. And now we're here, and then we just gyro. And that is orienting both cells done. So now let's talk about Grant's method and the other method to orient OLL. So for Grant's method, the first step is you want to get 8 corners oriented to the y-axis, but not in any particular spots, just anywhere on the y-axis, and it has to be exactly 8. I think green and blue here is pretty good, so let's look at it. 1, 2, 3. So basically we have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 here, but we need 8 to be oriented to the y-axis. So you just think of a few intuitive moves in your head and inspection that will orient it to get 8 anywhere. A trick that I like to do is find one with 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. This cell has 4, so we can use it to do RKT pretty much, and then we'll do RKT on the left cell to make it, to force it to be 4. So I'll go like this so we don't mess up those layers, so that they're on the W axis here. And then we need a way to make 4, but not in any particular order. Here's 3, so let's see if we can do anything. And yeah, so if we do an R prime move here, 1, 2, 3, 4. So that was just 1 move. You see it was these 3 before, and then after this move, this one and this one came, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we still have 1, 2, 3, 4 here. So now we have 8 green and blue pieces oriented to the y-axis, but not in any particular spot. It's kind of confusing your first time to think about it, and it really was confusing, but once you get a hang of it, it's more powerful because you can skip the first gyro a lot more than you can skip the first gyro in my method. Once you have 8 oriented to the y-axis, then you do the first gyro. And because you oriented exactly 8, you need to orient the other cell, but it's just 1 cell, so it's exactly 8 again, just here in these spots instead of these spots. So I'd start with these 2. Then we have this one, so I'll bring it down. Then we need to put one here to pair up with it, so let's use this one. Now it's there. And then we'll pair down to make a layer. Now let's see. Okay, we already have 2 right here, perfect. And then we can RKT these 2 together, like this. And now that's all good. And we'll pair up these pairs. into a full layer. And there we go. So we have one cell where they're oriented to the x-axis and one cell where they're oriented to the y-axis. Now this actually sets up an 3D OLL case every single time, which is really good, and I'll show you what that means. Basically, you want to rotate the cell so that it's on the w-axis instead of on the y-axis. And now you just do the gyro algorithm. And this is set up into an H case in 3D. And the way that you do this is really simple. You pretty much just undo the last 3 moves of the gyro, but you do have to complete the full gyro, otherwise, that's like an illegal twist. And then you just go back, and then bada boom, then you do another gyro. So every single time it forces it into that H case, which can be solved in 3 moves, which is like undoing the last 3 moves of the gyro. So basically it saves moves. Yeah, so that's Grant's method for OLL. It saves some moves, and it's kind of fun to think about, but it's definitely hard for beginners to learn at first because it's just so confusing. I think I might do a video about example solves of the 2x2x2x2 later, so if you're interested in that, let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Have a wonderful day.